going on, guys? Hopefully, you guys are still available. Sorry, I had to go feed the new kittens, and man, I tell you, right after you feed them, I learned something new with these kittens. Now, we've had kittens before, right? Persia, the white calico cat that we had, who died. Well, I keep saying they died, but they don't really die. Okay, you don't just wake up one day and you're finding them dead on the couch. No, you take them to they're acting weird. They look sick, tired. They're not acting themselves. You take them to the vet, and the vet tells you it's end of life, time to put them down. So they don't actually die. I feel like we're responsible for killing them, and that hurts a lot of time, right? So, hey, what's up, Rick? Thanks, buddy. Hey, thanks for waiting for me, man. But Persia, when we first adopted her back in Fort Hood, we got Jinx back in we adopted them from the Fort Hood vet clinic, pound, whatever the heck it was. Um when we got her, she was already pregnant. We didn't know that, of course, at the time, but you would think that would be something that would want to disclose to us as buyers and someone that bought these cats. So around April, I want to say we got them in March. I think she gave birth around April or May of 2008. And of course, I left to go on combat deployment in June 2008 for a 15-month tour to Iraq. And my wife wanted new cats because all she had was Missy at the time, the cat that she had back in 1992. And she had that cat forever. And she wanted more cats while I was gone. Someone to pass the time, something to just keep her occupied and whatnot. So I got her a couple more cats. Now, give me the fact that Persia, she gave birth. I think she gave birth to 6 cats. 5 of them survived. We didn't have to do anything with that. The cats, they latch on. They nurse from Persia. It was good to go. But with these kittens, where's the mom cat? Did she abandon them? Did I do the wrong thing by bringing them inside? Should I left them where they were? But hell, at least that tree that I cut down was protection, right? It was hidden away. Now it's cut down. It's just this big open thing. Any predator can see these kittens. So I didn't want to risk just leaving them there. Little babies. So, but now we're responsible for nursing them, right? So my wife, she's got the syringe, and she also bought bottles as well. But it looks like the syringe works better. And little nipples you put on the edge and allow the kittens to kind of latch on. But what I've learned with kittens, you're supposed to kind of what's the word I use? But you're supposed to like rub their groin area, right, to help them urinate or use the bathroom. And after each feeding, I gotta try and stimulate. That's what they do. You stimulate their body to try and get them to urinate. Oh my god, these little cats this time around, they were like little poop machines. It was so freaking nasty. But other cats, you look at them coming, go in the litter box, like doing their job in the litter box. They walk out, they're all like super proud of themselves, like they've accomplished something. You walk into the bathroom afterwards, it's like you look back at them like, you nasty little beast. But with these kittens, man, they're pooping all over your freaking nice clean rags and everything, and you're like all giddy and excited about it because you got the little babies to use the bathroom. So yeah, it's definitely a learning experience having these kittens, but I mean, there's a good chance we may not keep them, but I think the second I picked that first one up and the second I brought her or him, I don't know which one I grabbed first. I may have grabbed the white one first. No, the white one was in the corner. He was the last one. So it was the female, the gray cat. She was the first one I brought in. And I think the second my wife saw that kitten in my hand when she got the door for me, uh, we pretty much knew that those cats were gonna be ours. So and Cubby, she's 14 now. Fox is 20. There's not a lot of good years left in with them. I was never a fan of people like it always drove me nuts when pet owners when they would refer to their pets as their babies or their fur babies. That annoys me. Or they refer to their pets as your children. I'm like, dude, they're your pet. They're not your child. I can't say that anymore. I haven't been able to say that for a very long time. Like I kind of feel the same way now because my wife and I we're never gonna have kids. Like we pretty much established that like almost immediately that we weren't going to have kids. And these kittens, these cats, they really are turning out to be our of sorts children. So especially when you're taking care of them, like I said, Pucks, 20 years taking care of there, you're gonna have as much of an attachment to that cat that you had for 20 years as a parent would for having attachment to their child of 20 years. So yeah, when they're gone, it's gonna be absolutely gut wrenching. So I don't want to say these two kittens are going to be of course they're not replacements. Cubby is basically turned into my baby. She's latched onto me a lot, so I think she kind of looks at me, looks at the facial hair, kind of get just is attached to the whole furness or hairiness or whatever. I don't know, but or maybe because my wife is very babyish with them, and I'm very firm with them, and they want my respect. I don't know, but that's what happened with the kittens, man. I had to feed them, had to get them to use the bathroom, and they should be good for 9:30 ish right now. So probably another 6 to 7 hours, hopefully. All righty, back from the cat feeding portion of the show. Hey, W man, L. Here's the thing, man. At least this portion of the show I didn't pass out because damn, it seems like every single time. Well, not every time, but it seems like a lot of time when I have these live streams, man, I overindulge myself way too much, way too early in the live stream, and by like 45 minutes, I'm dancing off the wall, I'm bouncing off the walls, and trying to carry that for like 2.5 hours, because my stupidity, I refuse to hang up, I refuse to end the stream, I refuse to keep. Cause I like doing these videos, man. It's why I came back to do a part two because I feel like an hour live stream once upon a time was perfectly fine. Today, I look at 1 hour, I'm like everyone else is doing 2 3 hour streams. I'm like, no, man, I want to do the same. Talk to you guys as much as I can. Hear from you guys, hear what your thoughts and stuff. So, I mean, you guys can always reach out to me in other avenues. You can always message me on Facebook or on YouTube or something. So, if you haven't looked me up on Facebook and sent me a friend request, why not? Go for it. Oh, I want to get back to the topic that I was talking about just before the last stream ended. Hey, Irish, I see you, buddy. Don't forget your topics you wanted to. Oh, yeah, man. Shoot. Somebody was going to remind me. All right, so about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I made a video or made a live stream, and the live stream topic was, or the title was something like, "Have I finally made it as a YouTuber?" And for the most part, having this channel for 3.5, almost 3.5 years now, it's really been pretty much low key. It's a small channel. Like, how much trouble could I possibly get into talking about action figures more times than not? really the only thing that's going to really stir the pot is those Karen videos that I made, or those real chat videos where like we were kind of looking at videos, reacting to them, like TikTok videos, clips, stuff like that, stupid stuff. But most of my videos are wrestling related, right? So not really much controversy. But hell, even 2024, I even had my own little sort of YouTube, controversy, which was intended. It didn't, and didn't work out the way I initially planned, because it was supposed to be, long tenured. It's supposed to be like a whole year long. And with the new 80s Revolution figure coming out, that one is going to be awesome, because once I get both figures released and you kind of see that YouTube grudge match thing, it's going to be beautiful, man. I love it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that line, and that's one thing which I got my first grudge style beef, and it wasn't really a beef, man. It was fun. Like me and Jason were fine, right? There's nothing there, but at the time, like I think a lot of people were seeing that and they were taking it the wrong way, which I kind of wish I could explain, but um, so there's that. Also, I am not, in my definition, a very important person in the YouTube universe. I am not Mr. Beast, who's going to have something like 300 million subscribers, KSI, Sniper Wolf, these like what, Sniper Wolf, like 40 million. I think when I first became familiar with her like 2-3 years ago, I think she was at like 20 million. So gaining over 20 million subs in like a 2-3 year period. I mean, even she's had her YouTube squandos, her beefs, right? And she's still flying high with one of the most beloved and most YouTube beloved channels. Because even when she did her doxing thing and whatnot, people weren't really, YouTube wasn't taking action, it wasn't banning her account or anything like that. But like, if this small content creator over here, I said the F word one time in his video, oh my God, his entire account's to be banned. So it kind of sucks that they operate like that sometimes. There are definitely favoritisms, but like I said, I am no one important in the YouTube universe. But maybe I finally have made it as a YouTuber, because I kind of feel like either it's buyers that are pissed off on eBay, which shouldn't be a case, but like if I'm talking about a eBay buyer or seller that was horrendous on my YouTube channel and they find that, maybe they could maybe it could be someone from eBay, but or is it someone off YouTube? Nobody has doxed me to my knowledge. I don't think anyone has, no one is sending police to my house or anything like that, but I am getting more spam calls than I ever have in my entire life, right? And it could be 6-7 o'clock at night. It could be 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and it's spam call. And usually people just calls and they just hang up. I should not be that difficult to find in the phone book or wherever to find my number. In fact, I think I actually have my phone numbers listed on like Facebook or whatever, so people can reach out to me if they wanted to. And it got me thinking, man, like, is this more than I'm letting on, or that they're letting on? Like, is this really spam calls? Or is somebody trolling me? Because I kind of feel like that's exactly what was happening. Is somebody got my number, they're trolling me, and they're calling my numbers constantly and hanging up, or calling and they're asking for somebody else. In the very beginning, whenever I got spam calls, it was because they were asking for one particular person, one person. And I imagine that person, I imagine she was the old user of my cell phone number. But over the last 6 months, I mean, has it been a year? We'll say over the last year, I don't get any calls for her anymore. For the, I guess, the old user of my cell phone number. Whenever people call me, they call they call and they ask for like 20 different people. And I'm like, now that's freaking weird. I went from having one person for the first couple years I had my phone to like having random. So I think it really is trolls. And I think, am I really that important in the YouTube world that I have my own trolls now? Hey, if this is your way of saying you've made it as a YouTuber, outstanding. Help me get to 1,000 now. Uh, that's what I would say to the trolls, not you guys, obviously. Um, yeah. So that's that story, which I thought was interesting enough. Uh, why all of the spam calls? Why all of the hello, or I always answer the phone my name, like hello, this is Matthew, or something, so people know who they're talking to. And also, but maybe that's also what why they're hanging up is because, hey, if I'm calling your number and I'm calling for Helen and some guy answers the phone, hey, this is Matthew, hey, I know you're not Helen, so but I just think good manners says, hey, I'm sorry, wrong number, or hey, I'm calling for Helen, is she home, or something like that, so I can say, no, I'm sorry, wrong number or something. But when they just hang up on you, it kind of gets you feeling a certain way. Also, oh man, there was this crazy ass thing that happened to me a few weeks ago, and I was so freaking drunk out of my mind. I really wish I could remember the whole freaking story because yeah, I think I was freaking drunk after one of my live streams. I was drunk as hell. And my wife says, whenever you're drinking, do not go on to, social media, whatever, don't do business, don't answer messages on eBay. Don't, if somebody was paid for, don't rush to go ship it out or whatever, which I always do regardless. You're not functioning correctly. And a few weeks ago, I had like the freaking craziest thing in the world happen to me. And like, I was scared shitless. Like I had like legitimate fears. And I'm like, this can't be from alcohol. This can't be normal, man. Like I had a severe paranoia. And I'm like, man, you guys, are you schizophrenic now? Like, what the hell's going on? What's happening with you? When I say paranoia, man, like, all right, so I had a buyer. He bought something off me, pricing the listing on like eBay or Facebook Marketplace, PayPal me the money, shipped out the item. He received it. We're all good. But on PayPal, it says refund buyer. And I'm so freaking drunk, right? I'm not even realizing what the hell that even means. Like I'm thinking this guy received the freaking package and now he's going to now he's requested me to refund him. So I'm looking all over my PayPal, looking through messaging systems to try and see if there's a message where this guy is dissatisfied and asking for a refund. It's not until I actually sober up the next day, kind of look at that and realize, man, you stupid son of a